Hello Hashgraph community, welcome to the Hashout channel. My name is Jim Gao. I am the ambassador for Hbar Hashgraph in the Providence, Rhode Island area. Today, let's talk about a news just recently came out of China, which is saying that the Chinese government is considering banning cryptocurrency mining in the near future, as early as May 7th, in fact. Now, I am not a big fan of the Chinese government. The country of China is still under the communist rule. But whatever one's opinion regarding Chinese government is, but I think there's a fact I think everyone can agree on, which is the Chinese administrators within the government are very competent. They are very shrewd businessmen. They make very logical and sensible decisions, and they manage their economies and they allocate their resources very efficiently. In 2017, we all know that China instituted a ban on cryptocurrency trading and ICOs. In hindsight, this turned out to be a very wise move. At that time, the majority of cryptocurrency projects were scams run by scam artists who are out to fleece the unsuspecting investors and speculators. I would argue that if the Western governments would follow suit, then the Bitcoin bubble of 2017 would not have risen to such astronomical levels, and the subsequent bust would not affect as many investors and speculators. So fast forward 2 years, China right now is banning cryptocurrency mining, specifically Bitcoin, citing the reason that Bitcoin is wasting way too much natural resources. And that is true. We all know that Bitcoin mining consumes a lot of electricity. In 2018, the total power consumption of Bitcoin network exceeded that of the country of Ireland. And if the current trend persists, within 2 years, Bitcoin will consume more power than the entire country of Japan. So clearly this is unsustainable. On top of that, the energy consumed by Bitcoin network is not doing any useful work. Instead, all the hash power is used to solve a trivial mathematical puzzle. And the sole purpose of solving this puzzle is to slow down the network of Bitcoin so that consensus can be reached every 10 minutes. So essentially, we're wasting gigawatts of energy every year to slow down the Bitcoin network instead of improving the efficiency and throughput of it. And that is not Bitcoin's fault. It was designed into the algorithm of Bitcoin. And like we said, Bitcoin is the first generation. It's not perfect. And that's why the newer projects, they are migrating away from this proof of work that's prevalent in the first generation of blockchain technology to proof of stake. And right now, over 50% of world's Bitcoin hash power is concentrated in China. So this mining ban by the Chinese government will have profound ramifications on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general. However, I don't think it's going to affect Hashgraph too much, both in the short run and the long run, because Hashgraph was never in competition with Bitcoin nor any other cryptocurrencies, just like Facebook was never in competition with Friendster nor MySpace. I think in the long run, this decision by the Chinese government to ban crypto mining can be positive for Hashgraph. The Chinese government is very shrewd. They can detect megatrends earlier than their Western counterparts can. And as more and more legitimate decentralized applications are designed, deployed on the Hashgraph network, I believe that sooner than later, the Chinese government would realize that DLTs, especially Hashgraph, is the future. And when they realize this fact, China will throw its weight behind Hashgraph to support it, to nourish it, to make it grow. Just like what they did in the 90s during the digitization wave, and also they did the same thing in the 2000s for the mobile internet, and now they're doing it for 5G. I think over the long run, illegitimate projects such as Chuang, Cardano, and EOS, all these scam projects, in my opinion, they will just die out. And legitimate projects like Hashgraph will stand out more and more. I think Chinese government, again, is ahead of the curve on this one. And Chinese government will probably be the first in the world to realize the potential of Hashgraph and hence embracing this new technology. So that is what I have for today. Thank you guys all for watching, and happy Easter. I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.